Welcome to week 2 of our Body and Soul adventure. And if you're new to this journey, we would love you to join us, be part of it. You can click on the link in my bio and sign up. Really wanting to help encourage you around this journey of body and soul. And of course, as mentioned last week, sometimes we have issues in our body and soul for various reasons, of course, whatever those reasons are, life in general. But I'm focusing in this series on the impact of stress on our body and soul and how important it is that we have wins in our life. And this week I want to talk to you specifically about routine. Now, I love the thought of routine. For me, it's not boring, it's actually a necessity, because when you are stressed out and when you've been in any kind of season of stress that has not been prepared for, usually it's not. I mean, the whole point is it hits you sideways, or it's incoming news and you haven't prepared for it emotionally, financially, relationally, and all of a sudden you're having to deal with it, but you've also got this other life, your real life. How do you integrate those two things so that you don't fall down and roll over? And so I am literally just one step ahead of anyone in this process and this adventure, and I want to share with you any kind of stress strategies I've learned this week to help you in the following week. Every single week I want to just keep sending you things that are going to help you, because I know it's really not easy, and for me this is very new. I've helped people get in shape for a long time, like decades, but when it comes to stress, I'm walking in some serious empathy shoes right now, and it's just harder than it may seem. It is harder. I asked a few people in my world this week if they thought I could actually do this. Do you think I can do this whole 50 pounds in my 50th year? Do you think I could do it? And they just laugh at me. They're like, of course you can do it. And I'm like, well, why can't I do it? And that's the point. And that's why we're here, because you've got all the information, you've got the ability to do whatever you need to do, yet you're stuck. So we're going to go there a little bit about how to get unstuck. And not everyone is able to go off on some kind of wellness retreat for months on end and sorting themselves out and just having complete peace. I've got to work out how to get peace in my real life, and I'm not going anywhere. So anything I can learn from this season to share with you, I'm going to. So I want to talk about 3 big stones as part of my routine, my daily routine. And the first of them is my Bible. I read my Bible every morning. I've been reading the Bible cover to cover for 17 years now. This is my 17th year. I do what is called the 1 Year Bible, which is a New Living Translation. You can definitely get this online. But I do this in order to help me really know God, because when I know God, I know me. The world will tell you all sorts of things about you. You will tell yourself things about you. But at the end of the day, you need to know who your maker is and what the design for your life is. So this is a very, very big stone, along with my little, just dropped it, trusty pencil. Can't pick it up. It's stuck. And I write in my Bible because I'm like, I want to see next year the progress I've had. So routine, stone number 1 is my Bible. Stone number 2 is spending quality time with my kids. And of course, without even needing to say it, I spend quality time with my husband. We love each other. We've been married for over 20 years. But with my kids, they're only with you for a season. They're actually an entrustment. You don't own them. And I know we probably think we do, but then they leave, and then if we don't sort it out as we go, it becomes another part of our stress. I've got 1 kid in college in Seattle. I've got 1 kid who's now in a flight academy school for the US Air Force in Texas, and I've got 1 kid who's in college here in Orange County, and I've got a 10-year-old. So I know I'm not an empty nester. That's not happening anytime soon. But I still am committed to spending quality time with them. Why? Because I know it's important to feed my soul. So serving my family, being here for them. They're not the center of my everything. Mummy's got a purpose. Mummy's got stuff to do. They love that because they get to hear story time with, mum in the trenches, mum helping other kids that don't have family. But at the end of the day, if my kids want me to cook them breakfast, they know, clear out of the kitchen, everyone, I'm here and I'm going to do it because I love to serve my family. That's a big stone that relieves stress for me. And the third thing is doing cardio at least 5 times a week. Now, what does that mean? Because back in the day, it used to be Richard Simmons, aerobics, all sorts of things that would be really not as good for us as we would have happen to think back in the 80s and the 90s. But what I do now is I do this thing called walk and talk with my husband Jonathan, and we co-lead together. So sometimes some of the conversations we have to have as leaders can be stressful, and I'm like, I'm supposed to not have stress, but it doesn't take me out of my real world. So what we do is, instead of sitting and talking across a table and having some kind of interaction that is going to cause our relationship to suffer, because it's actually not about us. Gosh, we are close. We love each other. We're in this together. We are fellow soldiers. What we do is we do this walk and talk, and basically we are shoulder to shoulder. We're not looking at each other. We save those gazes for romance, like, I love you. And then we keep all of the intense shoulder to shoulder, and we're doing cardio. And sometimes, my heart rate is higher than other days, and that's good. I'm okay with that. But anyway, another big stone. I've got lots of things to do with routine that I know have worked for me, and I'm going to share them with you over the ensuing weeks and months. And let's hope it's not decades before I lose my 50. But anyway, all the best. And I can't wait to be with you next week, because I think we're going into my wardrobe, which will be, it'll be happy, sad. It'll be good. It's actually good. It's good. It's good. When I say happy, sad, it means I wish I could wear everything now, but the good thing is it's still there and I'm still here. Have a great week.